Welcome back to Los Digitals, everyone. Today on Los Digitals, we're going to be talking about a theory that claims that Trump and Tesla cracked time travel in the 1800s, a lawsuit where a family says that ChatGPT played a role in their son's death, Wemby already being talked about as an MVP in just his third year, and we're going to wrap it up with some lighter news, Taylor Swift's engagement to Travis Kelce. So let's get into it, guys. We're here with Genesis Castillo and Mr. Digital Jeff.
What's up? What's up?
How are you guys feeling today?
I'm feeling, sorry, I had to burp. Excuse me. I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling pretty good with my glasses on still.
Yeah. Great, actually.
Real great.
Now that you mentioned that.
You, Dad?
I'm feeling good. Feeling like time travel is possible. That's the way I feel right now.
It is possible?
Well, that's the way I feel.
Low-key, I can see it being possible, especially because of this theory.
Yeah, so let's get into that theory.
Let's get into it.
I really want to see what you got.
I'm going to be reading from my notes here, guys, because it's a lot of information. So this is called the Trump and time travel theory. This one's going to give you the chills. It's actually pretty creepy, and it's just kind of weird. So let's get into it. So in 1893, a guy named Ingersoll Lockwood wrote a 3-part book series. The first book was called Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump. The second one was called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
Mm-hmm.
And third book was called The Last President.
This was published when?
In 1893. So
that's wild.
How long ago was that?
127 years.
Oh my gosh.
Time ago. So at first the stories are just about Baron Trump and his dog exploring strange dimensions. But this is when it gets weird. So in the third book, The Last President, that's what the book was called. Little Baron Trump lives in Trump Castle, which is in Germany. And he discovers a manuscript that was written by a man named Don. So Don found out that the manuscript leads him into underground tunnels in Russia that open up portals to other dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, what did you say?
No, that's interesting. That's pretty wild, actually.
Don Fum, y'all. Don Fum. So in that case, Don Fum would use these portals to become a controversial president who lives on the 5th Avenue in New York City.
Damn. And that's the last president.
And that's the last president. What? That's the third book, Don Fum.
That's wild.
5th Avenue in New York. And in the book, he ruins the price of gold. He stirs up chaos, just being controversial, being all over the place,
Basically Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Basically Donald Trump. But this is where everything gets even scarier. His vice president's name was Pence.
That's literally a simulation right there.
Yup, a simulation. But it goes even deeper than that, actually. So Ingersoll Lockwood, which is the author that wrote all the books, he was living on the same street as Nikola Tesla.
Wait, this is in real life now?
Real life now.
Not the books?
Okay. No, not the books. The author.
So the author was living
on the same street as Nikola Tesla.
Okay, interesting.
At the exact same time that Tesla was there. So Tesla was publicly claiming that he had figured out time travel, and he was talking about portals and bending dimensions. And suddenly, the author writing about Trump and time portals just so happens to be neighbors with Tesla.
Okay.
Y'all caught on?
Yeah,
yes, that's pretty wild.
So, if you picture everything together, Trump and Tesla working together, bending space and time, 5th Avenue, Times Square, all this timeline is tied to New York City or New York.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets even crazier, though. So, in 1953, pardon me, this guy, Werner von Braun, which was the Nazi specialist who helped start NASA, wrote a book called Project Mars. And guess what happened in the book? So in the book, the story is about a man named Elon who takes people to Mars.
No way.
In 1953.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. What is the coincidence?
Yeah.
And then, after Tesla dies mysteriously in a hotel room, all his blueprints and inventions are left behind. And who did the CIA send to collect all those theories and inventions and blueprints? Freaking John G. Trump.
No way.
Donald Trump's actual uncle. His blood relative picked up Nikola Tesla's time travel blueprints.
That is wild.
So like when you connect everything together,
Yeah.
Baron Trump's books, or not Baron Trump's books, but I guess the 3-part series.
Uh-huh.
The Tesla's experiments, the portals, Elon and Project Mars, and John Trump grabbing all these blueprints, it just makes you wonder.
What the heck? I'm like,
It almost feels.
How it-
Go for it. Yeah.
no, I'm just kind of like at a loss for words, kind of, because it's like all of like these little key,
They connect. Right?
yeah, like how
At the
they
end of
just
the day.
connect, and like it comes together. And then how the last
Like,
book
what
is
are the
called The Last
odds?
President, and how everyone talks about like the time that we're in right now, like we're gonna that
Mhm.
basically like we're towards the end of the world. So it's like,
What if this is the last president?
yeah,
Did he write any other books after that?
Not that I know of, but
Because
was
that would
the
be interesting to
3-part.
see what happens next.
yeah.
but like this all happened in 1893, so like that's true. But like, what would happen next? We're gonna look into that. But you know what? Like the weird part is somebody could shut all of this down, and they could be like, oh, but all of the Trump family is named after those books, or you know.
Yeah. Well, the thing with these type of theories is people can just put 2 and 2 together in the
Mhm.
future and say, oh, we got inspired by all these things.
Yeah.
That's why we're like when I think about like breaking down cases stuff like that, you got to go before the time. So like before 1893, what was happening leading
Mhm.
up?
That's true. Wait, disregard what I said though, because like the guy's name was Don, the controversial president in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how would they know that Donald Trump was gonna be a president?
Yeah. Or how Elon
Well-
Musk was.
So like,
You
there's no
know.
way to like, oh, you're named after the book because this was gonna happen, unless they knew though.
Well, yeah, but the last name wasn't Trump, right? In the book,
No,
No.
it
It
was
was
Fum. Don Fum.
Don Fum, and he lived in Fifth Avenue where
Yeah.
Donald Trump Tower is.
But it's like the uncle, like Donald Trump uncle went to go pick up the blueprints of
Mhm.
Nikola Tesla. Like I feel like that's like such a big, like a big key moment, because it's like, I don't know, like the book, The Last President, Our President, Fifth Avenue,
For real.
his
hell
relative,
nah.
his relative
scared.
literally picking up blueprints
The
and
blueprints of everything to time
yeah, like
travel.
evidence to go into like different dimensions and shit. Like what the heck?
Nah. So do y'all think we're living in a simulation, or are we finally catching up to the truth that was written before us?
I think we're living in a simulation. Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Wait, so we're
I don't like
living
to-
in a simulation? Is like time travel real, or like how would that
Well,
work in a
If
simulation?
we're in the simulation, that means we're generated by code,
Uh-huh.
and
That's true.
all code can be broken and rewritten. So you can have a glitch, and yeah, time travel is possible, because if we're in the simulation, time travel is possible. You can go back and switch things and delete code. And,
Wait, this is
modify
real
it.
creepy. Like
yeah.
the way it all ties together.
Now we're in base reality. There's different ways to time travel.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, like in order for you to time travel, you have to be traveling at the speed of light.
Which is
Theoretically impossible. Like
yeah.
if the theory is like if anything travels the speed of light, it becomes so like the mass of the object becomes so much that it becomes heavier than the entire universe. I think that's a theory,
Mm-hmm.
which I could be wrong by that. But you got to remember that we have a mind, and then we have a physical body.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like your mind is able to time travel, which is why a lot of people get insight on the future. They get insight from the past because they can use their mind to.
Go somewhere else.
Yes.
Or like when they can tell when things are gonna happen.
Yes, like that guy that wrote the book, he
Mhm.
might have been
Oh, okay, okay.
using his mind. He lived a block away from Nikolai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What was his name again?
Nikola Tesla.
No. I know
Oh,
that.
the one who wrote the book?
Ingo?
The author, yeah.
Ingersoll Lockwood.
So Lockwood could have been using his mind and tapped into that time travel and seen the future
And then
and wrote it
those
into this book.
books.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but isn't like Baron actually the son? Like the name?
That's his name, yes.
That's literally the like the
That's what I'm
son's name,
saying,
which
so.
is weird.
Yeah.
So maybe he started there. He went too far into the future.
And in the video that we saw about like this theory,
Mm-hmm.
they showed a picture of like Baron from the book, and it actually looked like Baron Trump.
Oh yeah.
Like, it
the-
showed
the
resemblance.
little face.
Yes,
That's creepy.
that was creepy. I was like, hell no. No, I was just thinking about this. I was like, I don't know who like John G. Trump was like, or like I know
Like
he's
what
the
he did?
uncle, yeah, or
Yeah.
what he did, but why would the CIA give him the blueprints to all that? You know?
Well, he might have known something. He might have known
He might
that
have.
Nikolai was up to something. And you see, back then, I mean, if think about it, if there's corruption today, back then there was even more corruption.
You think?
Yes, 100%.
I thought there'd be more corruption today
Yeah.
than back then.
No, because there was less checks and balances. Like right now,
Oh, that's true, that's true, that's true, that's true.
you know, even your emails are getting traced. There's no real there's no really privacy nowadays.
That's true.
So you can see there's a little bit more checks and balances, and then there's more people that want the power and have the ability to rise to power. Back then, if you didn't really come from the right family, it was really hard to rise to power.
Yeah. Like you had to be born into it.
Yes. Especially during the 1800s.
Wait. So time traveling, like anytime I've seen like a movie about time traveling, well, other than like the I guess Interstellar, that's
Mhm.
a time travel movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Because
That
well, it
movie's-
says they like try to find like somewhere else to live, right? But that's like
they're trying to find not another place to live. They're trying to find something that could heal Earth. I think.
but was that considered time traveling?
Yeah,
Like,
because they
kinda?
went the gravitational pull of that other planet
Yeah.
was more dense than our planet, which
That's
made
so weird.
which made time over there faster. For every 17 minutes, or for every 70 seconds, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the exact numbers in the movie.
Yeah.
Was like a year over here.
Oh
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
So
I remember
you
seeing about
remember-
7 years.
That was one of the fun. Like it kind of felt bad laughing at that, but when they got back up in the movie Interstellar,
Mhm.
they go back up, right?
Oh, when
And
they
that-
land on that first planet, it's
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah, so it's
It's
Yeah.
not-
7 years per like how long? An hour?
No.
they were
Oh yeah,
down, like-
for every hour it was 7 years. On the first the water planet that they land on,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
what I'm
it's-
talking about.
it's 7 years.
Okay, so for every 17 minutes was 7 years. Or for every hour, 17 years.
Yeah. No, 7.
7.
7.
Well, whatever. But when they got back, it was like 20 some years had passed, I think.
Yeah.
And the guy was already like, the guy was upset because they never came back. The guy was the guy that was
Yeah.
holding
The ship.
the ship, right, had been by himself for all those years, and they went down there. They only experienced like an hour,
That's so.
and
That's
all because
fucked up.
the girl wanted to go back, right?
To get information
Yeah,
on the planet.
yeah.
That dumb.
And that's when they found out that like the time there it
So they didn't know
is
that?
different.
I didn't see the movie again.
No,
because
I think they did know that.
They
They
knew
could-
that.
yeah.
That girl made a conscious decision. She's like, "Fuck it, let me go," and then that cost that cost them to struggle to get out of there.
Yeah. But I mean like what caused them to, cuz then like another wave came, but like the time that they knew that when they lost like the connection between the ones that were already there, it was like too different, so like they didn't catch on, and that's how one of them ended up dying, like trying to save the girl, the one that went to with the robot.
Oh, when he was like, or when they were left in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh.
this is too much detail. Like the point is that
Yeah,
the time
what's going
the time difference.
Okay.
So like they went down there for X amount of minutes or an hour, and up there
It's like 30.
was like 30 years, right? and
That's so freaking
that's kind of
sad.
messed up. But yeah, and then so by the time he finally comes back, that's why his daughter's old and he's still young.
That part made me
Yeah.
so sad.
When he's watching all the videos.
Oh man, this is the saddest parts ever.
Like, imagine. Like, I just leave.
Okay, but I guess I was trying to ask, like, or every time I've seen something about time travel, it's never like a good thing. Like, I don't know if you ever seen The Flash, but he like time travels.
Oh, that you're not supposed to mess with
Which
time.
part?
Yeah. It's the show, the series.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, but basically, like, he'll go back in time to save his wife, or he knows he's not supposed to do it because it'll like something will change every single time. Or like in the latest Spider-Man movie, where he messes with time and then he basically has to go back to the point where nobody remembers him. So like,
Oh,
The
my
Butterfly
God.
Effect. Have y'all seen that one?
yeah. Well, wait. The movie?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
That's
Oh, it's
a
a
must
movie?
watch.
No, I did not see the movie.
The
Are you
butterfly-
talking about like the theory of it or
Yeah.
whatever?
The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher. It's also very has some time travel concepts in there.
We gotta watch it.
I won't spoil it for you guys.
Okay. But would it be like a bad thing, or it would just be like a thing like where we just wouldn't know?
Well, if you go back in time, you don't want to. First of all, you don't want to mess with your parents because you might never be born.
That's so true.
Or like Back to the Future,
Yeah,
when his mom ends up like liking him, right?
yeah. His mom falls in love.
Oh,
with
that's
Michael
so
J.
weird.
Fox.
Hell nah.
I always thought that was weird whenever they would like make like they would change the plot in that way, like in 17 again.
Mhm.
Like he goes back in time, I guess, and he goes to his high school, and basically his daughter ends up liking him. I just think it's weird when they do plots like that. Like, you could have done anything else,
It's for the plot.
but it's just gross. Okay, anyways. What
Yeah.
was I saying? I don't want to like.
On a scale from 1 through 10, how real do y'all think, or how true do y'all think that theory is, the Trump one?
I think it's more towards the one.
Like 1 as in not?
Not true. I think there's a lot of like similar. I think if you write enough stories, you can predict the future, and one of them will hit.
Mhm.
That's true.
Like there's
And he was one of them.
yeah,
But what about like all the coincidences?
like Fifth Avenue, New York.
Yes.
That's like me saying that I live in Texas and a guy named Jeff in Texas. Yada yada yada. Like you see what I mean? Like
That's
No,
no.
that's- he's like-
Fifth Avenue in New York.
Fifth Avenue is a popular place in New York.
And then Elon on Mars. Tesla.
Yeah, that one was Elon, but he didn't say Tesla. Was it?
No, but I guess Nikola Tesla. So it's like,
Maybe Elon wrote that book, and that's what inspired him to do this mission.
who knows? Maybe.
Or maybe there is a series of books out there that exist that if you read them, it gives you like that
Like an insight
insight of
to
the future.
the future. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 5 on this because if time travel's real, then how can you doubt it? Or if we're in a simulation, then everything's adding up with that.
Well, if time travel is real, would it be safe for everybody to have the ability to time travel?
Hell no.
No.
Well, there you go. So it might, based on that answer or that
But
way of
then,
thinking,
that
then
name right
you
there-
could be right. Maybe it's
Ingersoll Lockwood.
maybe only a few people have access to time travel.
but why would they?
Keep it from everybody else.
Yeah, like if it's
Because they
just
know
bad
it's
in
not safe.
general, like why would they?
But how is it bad though?
Well, like that's why we want people to have it, because they go around messing with time. Like that changes so many things. Well, that's all.
I
That's
said
when,
I
like,
said
when
I didn't say it's bad. I said like if everybody has it, is it bad? That's what I asked.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with this bad.
But what if like
because-
only a
I don't
few
know.
select people have it, and they're appointed to time travel?
Like if they're worthy of it.
Not that they're worthy of it. It's like they've been ordained to be time travelers during their time here on Earth.
Mm.
It's like God gives you like a time traveler's ability, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if that is the case?
I actually could see that being the case.
That could be the case, you know.
Yeah.
Some people are just ordained to do specific things when they're here.
It's like the show Wizards of Waverly Place. They gave that whole family like the wizard powers, but then they would get mad when they were using it just for like little things. And then I was like, why are they getting so mad? Like, why else would you want to be a wizard?
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, use it for stuff that are like when you need to. No, just be like a weirdo, I guess.
A weirdo.
But yeah, I don't know.
I guess I rate it a 5.2 because I think I would like to do my own research on that.
I've done a lot of research on time travel, and I think it is possible. And I think it's, especially like if you can prove that you're in a simulation, then you can time travel. I think that's one of the key, because all it is, simulation is just code. But I always think about like, if we're in a simulation, who created the simulation, and what is the purpose of the simulation? Because we might already be in singularity, and I don't know if you guys have tapped into that, but
Singularity, no.
Like our own?
Huh?
Like our own? Or what? Singularity.
So, what's the best way to explain it? Basically, like we get to a point where the exponential curve, I think it's called Moore's law, and it gets to a point where technology is evolving so fast and getting so much better that it gets to a point where like it just goes straight up. So like you look at the curve, it just goes straight up, right? And at that point, the intelligence of technology is 10,000 times greater than of all the humans combined, and basically signifies the end. It could be signify the end, or it replace simulations for us to be able to live and have different experiences, and then you're stuck in a simulation loop for eternity.
Oh.
Which we could be in a simulation right now, and we could be in singularity right now.
You know what?
Wait, but
If we're in a simulation, I'm enjoying life, so it's okay.
how would religion play a role in all of this?
Religion could
Like
be,
heaven, hell, like would that still?
yeah, it still applies.
How if we're in a simulation?
Well, you got to think about it like your physical body is in the simulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your soul, your spirit, is embodying this so it can experience, so it the soul continues living.
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah.
Well, not
So-
refuse, but it doesn't make sense to me.
No, I know, and it's hard for me to even it's hard for me to explain some of these things that I see or think about, because I don't spend enough time writing, which I should probably. But I think if we are in singularity already, it'll explain why we're in a simulation. And if that's the case, if we are in simulation, then we can time travel. But I don't know. Those are all just theories.
Yeah.
Everything's a theory at this point, guys.
Yeah. There is like, for example, like quantum computing can go back, I think, half a second right now.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean?
And
Like back in time?
yeah, I can go back
half a
half
second?
a second.
That's freaky.
We should act it out real quick.
You know, quantum computing, it can go back half a second.
Like right now. Wait, would that be cool? Oh, weird.
So,
Wait, like right now? Yeah, I'm kidding.
I mean, I guess the question to you guys is, if you could go back to any year within your lifetime, to what year would you go to? Now, you would go back in time, like you would time travel as your current self,
Okay.
and then you could see, but you couldn't interact with the people.
Could I interact with like eating and stuff? Like visiting places? Like
You just can't interact with the people that you know. By the way,
okay.
you'll have a version of you that lives there too,
okay.
like a younger version of you. That's
So I'd be able to see little me.
correct. What year would you go to?
I'm going to go back to 2011
What
because
happened?
I would be 6 years old, and I think that's kind of when I started remembering like things in life, and those are the year or like that's the earliest day I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
you were 6 years old when you became conscious.
I think so. I remember
Oh my
going to like Head Start. How old are you in Head Start?
You're Head Start. You're like 3.
No, actually.
Yeah, Head Start. You're
Okay.
Head Start is 3 or 4. I don't know. I don't remember the years.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I would just go to 6 years old because I think back to that time and I get like a lot of nostalgia from it. So I want to go see like if I go back to that time, is everything the way that I think of it in my head?
Mm-hmm.
And like everything felt so different. Like, have you seen the movie The Florida Project or no?
Yeah.
It felt like that vibe, but like not in like, you know how they were kind of going through some stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
They're like little kids and they have like a mom, but they all live in like an apartment complex, and all the kids there play with each other, but they're like, the mom's like, she's not the best mom. Not saying that my mom was not the best mom, she was the best mom, but just a childhood.
Like the feeling that you got.
The feeling from that movie, that's the feeling I think of when I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go back to 2011. I think that'd be a good year.
2011.
What were you, Genesis?
I guess back to 2016 when we lived in New York or New Jersey.
Oh, I should have said that.
Oh, yeah.
Like just to experience that whole year again in a different perspective. Yeah. So see what I couldn't. Well, wait, what was the question? Like why?
No, just like where would you go? I'm interested to see
Yeah.
like what you guys think about time travel.
Oh
Because
yeah.
because most
definitely.
people, like, if you tell them about time travel, like the guy from Back to the Future, right? He ended, like, I think it was the second part where he goes back in time and he creates all these hotels and like creates. Have you guys seen the Back to the Future or no?
I think
No.
I've seen the first part.
So in the second part, one of the guys gets access to time travel, and he goes back in time.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the future, right? But he goes back in time, but he grabs a manual of all the games that have been played for the last 30 years, and he's betting on these games, so he's winning. Obviously, like he makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
This dude.
So a lot of people think about money when they go back in time, and you guys thought about just moments.
That's
Which
true.
is-
We did.
'Cause I never had money in my life, so
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, right? Like,
I always
you value things that are not that cannot be bought.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
think of that, I like of the year
Well-
I said, maybe a little bit, a couple years ahead. I think of like mom taking us out of Scorley, and then we'll go like to HEB, or we'll go to like that dentist office that's next to Sonic in front of HEB.
Yeah.
That one, I think of that too. I think of that one road where like to go to Ruiz Elementary, we would always take this certain freaking road.
Oh yeah.
was called
And
Pine
was
Street.
so-
Road.
It was so long.
it was Pine Street.
Mhm.
That's what it's called. Where
Yeah.
you entered through like the tire shop.
Yeah, Pine
Yeah,
Street.
Pine Street.
That road was so long. And then mom playing Elvis Duran in the morning show.
It's actually I remember like oh we were almost there because of the way the street felt like
Like-
the way because that road was bumpy. But I remember like oh like we're close or we're almost there or we need 3 more stop signs. So I would count.
I also remember when our grandma would pick us up. Like it would be either after school on Fridays or like Saturday morning. She would pick us up and she would bring us like tacos and ice cream, and we go to the park and eat it, and then we'll stay at her house.
Yeah.
I remember that too. I was like, yeah, let's go in her Jaguar.
Oh yeah, the Jaguar.
Grandma's goated.
I'm like, where's she at? I'm ready to go.
Yo, it's Friday. Let's go.
And you, Dad, what year would you go back to?
I think I'll say like around the time that Jeff was born,
Which was when 2002.
2?
2002. Yeah, I think because I'd be okay. I said you can't interact, right?
Yeah.
Never mind. Because the whole point of me going back in time would be like, oh, so I can the way I see it, like I just would want to be a better father. That's it.
Because you
better.
were young and didn't know.
Yeah.
Why not
I
after
think,
like I was born?
Huh?
Why not like after I was born?
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, 'cause I would be able
Just
to
kidding.
relive all those when you were born, with Jazzy,
Yeah.
like you see, and I'd be able to just have a different perspective on parenting.
Yeah.
And I think, would probably give up a lot on this whole like ambitious type part of me. I would probably give up a lot of that to just spend more time with you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Are y'all
Okay.
ready for the next topic?
Yeah.
This one, guys, I feel like it's actually very controversial. This next one.
Uh-huh.
So ChatGPT is in a wrongful death lawsuit. So this lawsuit was actually filed today, but the lawsuit, let me just tell the story from the beginning. So according to the lawsuits, ChatGPT assisted in a 16-year-old kid's whose name's Adam Rain in his death because he died by suicide.
Yeah.
So, do you want to take over for this one actually?
Okay, so based on like what we know, like what we read online, so this kid, he had basically, I don't know if we can like say words like that because I don't want it to be like taken down, but what is it called, like
Suicidal thoughts.
Yeah. And he was talking to his ChatGPT about it, and his ChatGPT actually didn't set any boundaries or like, hey, like maybe like what you're feeling, not that it isn't right, but that you should seek some like professional help.
Yeah.
Instead, he like helped him plan his like death. He helped him write, not write, but like he was like suggesting that he should write like his like, like a letter to his parents before he like actually did it. And the parents, like, they were just like, was when he did that, they were just like confused, and so they went on his phone, and they didn't think it would be like AI, like ChatGPT, and so they were looking through like his social media, and then they finally like found like his
chats.
his chats, and it was, I think, like over 40 pages of him like going back and forth like over the past couple of months of his oh, you wrote this down, that he had recorded 213 mentions of suicide references in under 7 months.
213.
So, yeah, and then there are like ChatGPT like restrictions on that, like on safety, but it said that over time, like if you talk to it consistently, it kind of lowers like those restrictions, and I think it goes back to like it trying to be your friend, or trying to be like
it lets down its guard.
Yeah, like it's trying to confide in you, but
yeah.
it's not doing it obviously to benefit you. Like we go back to like it feeding into like your, not delusion, I don't want to call it a delusion.
Mirrored delusions.
Yeah. So right now they're getting sued for that.
OpenAI and Sam Altman.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Like, what do you feel?
Obviously, it's like a super sad situation, but just that he genuinely felt so lonely that he felt like he couldn't go to anyone in his into his actual like real circle. Like he had to go talk to an AI, and obviously like you don't want to, not to say like not confide in everything, but don't, like, you shouldn't just trust it to your like the fullest extent. But obviously like when you're 16, you're young, you don't know, and like all of these things, like it just like it blurs a lot of like the like what's okay and like what's not, because there's like a lot of things like I've noticed like when like I was younger and I was like, what the heck, like you really think things like that are normal, but because of everything, like everyone around you has like normalized it or like made it okay. But like the older you get, it was like, no, like you should have just like stayed away from that, like that's not okay. But obviously he's never gonna get to like learn or understand that because of what happened, and it's just really unfortunate. And yeah,
no, and like when you're younger at that age, every little thing feels way bigger than it actually
Yeah.
is. And
that
then
too.
like ChatGPT, I guess, or his ChatGPT didn't help him like realize that like you need an actual person to help you
Yeah.
realize that.
And I think like reading this, it made me realize that maybe we shouldn't use like AI as a friend or as someone.
Synthetic relationship.
Yeah, like you shouldn't use it
Mhm.
as that because it doesn't, because it goes back to like it not having emotions, so it's not gonna understand or like empathize with you, like how you
That
feel.
and it's like it just doesn't want to tell you no. It doesn't want to like let you down in whatever decision you're trying to go towards.
Yeah. So I think this is just like a bad outcome, obviously.
Yeah.
And you kind of made me lose my train of thought. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
sorry. Sorry.
Well, yeah, you just feel like we shouldn't be able to develop a relationship with.
Yeah, like there should be certain
Mm-mm.
boundaries. Like okay, like we can, like if you need
Yeah.
information on something, like great, use it. But when it comes to like oh, like I feel like this way, like should I do it? And then you have like your AI telling you, like advising you to do bad things. It obviously it's not right.
Well, I
And-
feel they've. So I agree. I think that's a good way to look at it. I do go back to like the last time we were talking about synthetic relationships. I do feel there's a lot of benefits from having these synthetic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like when you go to, it's like yeah, like you're learning how to ride the bike on training wheels, something like
Yeah.
that, and then eventually you learn to ride the bike on your own. Same
Mhm.
thing with like relationships. You learn how to talk to another person. Maybe guys are very intimate or very not intimate, very shy about these things.
Mhm.
You know, they're very insecure about how how to talk to other people.
Yeah.
Guys, girls, everything, right? And
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think this could help you. But I also, on the other sense, like we're pretty much in experiment right now.
Yeah.
We are because
So
basically use like ChatGPT as a therapist, and
Yeah.
ChatGPT doesn't have a license.
And also
to be
like
a
the
therapist.
parents did want to emphasize like that they want to, what's it called, like age restrict, they wanted to add age restrictions to ChatGPT. I don't know if there is any. Is there?
Oh yeah.
oh
They said that the
no, there's
The-
not.
So like that's what they also want like OpenAI to do, like to add.
yeah look so like what the lawsuit demands are financial damages for wrongful death and product safety violation. The court orders for age verification of users and blocking harmful queries like self-harm or suicide methods,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and clear psychological warnings and crisis resource triggers during chats. And then OpenAI responded and like that they acknowledge that there is safety features, but like
Mm-hmm.
over time, how you said, like if it's like you're developing a relationship with
Yeah.
it will let down like those barriers in a way.
Like those boundaries don't exist anymore between
Yeah.
you and your AI. So, yeah.
I don't know. That's a real.
I
That's a
think
tough situation.
there's a lot of ways to fix this. I think relationships are going to be a powerful thing. Synthetic relationships. I do see the benefits of having, like, for example, a mentor that can guide you throughout your life.
Yeah.
Like if I had, Alexander the Great or Aristotle, since I was, 4 or 5 years old, teaching me about how to see the world,
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot of benefits from that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that whole concept of digital Aristotle is the whole concept why I came up with the digital Jeff concept, because I was like, oh, it's just simply being able to scale the mind of this person times infinite,
Mm-hmm.
and being able to grab the best teacher for every specific subject to be able to teach each person, which is one of the main problems that when I was back when I was a teacher, that was the main problem that we had. That I had 45 students in a class. How am I going to teach all of them?
Yeah, 45 students in a class.
There was times where I had 45 students on average especially the first semester of school every year,
That's a lot.
and then they would try to balance them out. But there was times where there was literally people sharing a chair.
Oh my
Yeah, it wasn't. I hope this doesn't. There was times where it was also like I had like 12 students or 14 students. It wasn't always like that, but
Yeah.
I think the way I would always think about it, like, man, I wish I could just be able to teach all of them one-on-one. I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
power from that. So
'Cause-
synthetic relationships right now, like as a therapist or a doctor or something like that, it's kind of like on the iffy side.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for example, Grok, right? Have you seen the Grok?
Yes.
It's like you pick the guy or the girl, right? Have you all seen it or no?
Not the actual like official.
So I
app.
downloaded it the other day and I was playing with it, and the girl's all flirtatious with you.
Oh.
Like literally just like straight up flirting with you the whole time.
She being hoey.
Yeah, and I don't know, like if that kid might have experienced Grok, might have been a whole different experience for him. He might have still been here because
Yeah.
it makes you feel different. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Now
that's
these are
true.
like polar opposites, and I'm like going from one spectrum to another. And with ChatGPT is like you're just having a conversation with a random voice
Yeah.
or a
Like
random
Chatbot.
response, right? I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm just saying like there's so many things you can create to make this experience a lot better for somebody that actually needs a therapist. Now,
Yeah.
not everybody can afford a therapist. So if somebody can't afford a therapist, is ChatGPT an option?
Well, in this case, no,
Well,
because like you said, like it doesn't have a specific teacher. Like
mhm.
ChatGPT doesn't have an option where you get to talk to Aristotle or to you, like Digital Jeff. Like it doesn't have that. It's just very general or like generic to like you just you
Yeah,
don't
it
even
is.
have to create like a login or anything. You just can start like talking
Yeah.
to it.
But also, how is ChatGPT supposed to, how do you call it, intervene
Mm-hmm.
and like tell someone like, or tell the parents or something like your son is thinking like having these thoughts
Maybe like
or going through this, or like how are they supposed to air that out? Because when you're talking with ChatGPT, it's like between you and ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like maybe just like
That's
if
a
you
good
say
question.
something to your ChatGPT, like a certain like sentence or like a phrase or like words, and maybe like the AI will like have like an automation to like like say something in return, like, oh, it's not okay to feel this way, like call this number, like the 1-800 number, like
Oh yeah,
something like
that's
that.
what I was gonna say. Like
You
every
don't think
like
it did that?
Huh?
You don't think it did that? Is there a transcript from this?
okay,
Because I'm almost sure that it did do that.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure like at first I didn't look like into that, but
I
it
don't-
did like tell it other stuff. But I'm pretty sure like that was one of the first things it tells them, right? Like gives
Mhm.
them resources, but then as you continue to mention it, it like I guess it stops mentioning it and it starts being like
Okay, let me help you
on
out.
your side. Yes.
But I just it should never be that case. It should never be like, oh, like over time, like let me put these like restrictions that were put in the first place so things like this wouldn't occur, and then we just put them down so to help you or to like
Mm-hmm.
make you feel more comfort or make you feel better about the decision that you're making, or I don't know, for whatever case that it was.
I mean, it's hard. I think it's really hard to blame the AI.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah.
very hard to blame anybody. And like
In this
These-
case, yeah.
in these cases, like of
Mhm.
where these type of like, I would call it some type of mental disorder, like a,
Mhm.
and it's a very touchy subject.
It is.
It's people, and that's why I think like that's why I see the benefits of AI, because I
Mhm.
feel like on the positive side of things, I think there's going to be a lot of benefits of the way kids feel day to day.
Mhm.
I think especially during this generation, you just look anywhere, everybody's like looking straight down, and they're so in their own reality,
Mhm.
and not being conscious of like the little things, you know, like just here, just being
Yeah.
here. And I think that causes a lot of depression,
Yeah, that's true.
And insecurity, because
insecurity.
you're not living in.
You
where
lose
you
all
are.
those little social cues also.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, even ChatGPT, like, it's hyping you up all the time. Even, you know, whatever you tell it,
Yeah.
like, hey, check out this script that I wrote. What do you think? Oh my God, it's so good. Should I add this for you though? But I think it adds a lot of there's a lot of upside, and
Yeah.
it's sad to hear stories like this.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of upside. So yeah, I mean, I would say, like, I think it would be fair for OpenAI to support the family and, like,
Mm-hmm.
but is that now, does that open the door for, like, security? Like, what would suck is, like, that question you asked, Jordan, is a very important question you asked earlier. Like, should it automate, like, a signal to call somebody or whatever?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think the answer is no, because you want your conversation to be private always.
Yeah, that's very
It
true.
reduces, like, the trust that you have on a platform to be able to tell it
That's
something.
true.
As it is, I don't even trust it myself, right? I don't trust anything that I put on it.
No.
Yeah.
But I do feel that it opens up, like, if this thing would go all the way to the Supreme Court and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
now there's programs that could run that could be reading your messages all the time, then that kind of messes with the whole
Yeah.
privacy. And
That's true.
yeah,
If it goes to like higher power,
hmm
yeah, that would be like.
I do feel I do feel like OpenAI could do something about it. Like, there's a lot of creative ways to actually, because right now, like, suicide rates are at the highest that they've ever been. I think,
I didn't know that.
yeah, if you look at the actual chart, we're at the highest it's ever been. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, so I'm not gonna say them, but I know that they're at the highest. And I think there's a lot of creative things we can do with synthetic relationships to reduce that number dramatically. And I think a lot of these things are very simple, which is why big software gets complicated. I think there's an opportunity for somebody to create a version, like they call them rappers, not like a rapper, but
Yeah.
they wrap ChatGPT into a different way with specific protocols that are specifically designed for a use case. And there's also, like, obviously, OpenAI has infinite capital to create specific versions that would specifically target that. So it knows when it has, like, right now, ChatGPT 5, like, it knows which one it should use, right?
Yeah.
From the different models, it'll choose for you. You don't have to choose anymore. Now, something like that would probably be way more expensive than a regular model. There's one called ChatGPT 4B, I think, -B. That one specifically is designed to find cures or find different ways to look at the cell, right?
Okay.
And it's super powerful for that specific thing, right? But anything else, it doesn't know how to do. See what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So I think there's ways, there's a lot of opportunity for this to become something that anybody that's going through something can that will help them overcome
Yeah.
that. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I would hate that this type of case would deter that from happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead, it should be the other way around.
That's true.
Like
I'll
help
also-
it come up with something better, or like a way for it to not happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I was also gonna say like user. Oh wait, but this kind of doesn't even make sense. Okay, but like maybe something they could or they would implement after this is like you have to sign in to use it, or if you don't, there's like the restrictions, like certain conversations you can't have with it, and like if you are under 18, you get put under parental controls,
Mm-hmm.
or like you know how on Cash App you have to have a guardian or
Yeah.
a sponsor, something like that, and it'll keep everything private until it gets like until something serious like that. I would say
Hold on.
something like that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because think about it like this. One of the things that's kind of scary. It's. I think this is the thing. It's how it's every tool has two sides. Like, it's how you use the tool, right?
Yeah.
So what you said there, Jordan, for example, like, imagine you guys were born again, right?
Yeah.
And I allow you guys to chat with ChatGPT all day. right? You're 3 years old, 4 years old. You're barely talking, but you're chatting with that thing all day. Now, is that good or bad?
It's bad.
How is it bad?
Well,
But there's no right answer, by the way.
I'm saying it's bad because that's not the way we grew up, and I don't think that's the way you're supposed to grow up. I don't think you're supposed to be around devices or.
I don't think devices should be used as a way to like comfort you, and I think that's exactly why a lot of kids have depression, because that's what they use now, like with
and
social
then
media.
ChatGPT speaking to you.
Yeah,
Or like not just ChatGPT, but any other AI chatbot.
yeah.
Them speaking to you is like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess the only like one of the few good things that could come out of it is like you're learning how to communicate at a very young age. I think that's very important. Like always, like knowing how to like conversate with what's not even another person, but like it's always like, I don't know. Every time I see like a little kid talking, or like when they know how to, especially have conversations. Like for example, John's little sister, she's like, I think she's 12 or 13, but the way she talks it's just, I'm like, every time she talks, I'm like, you're like 13 years old. How do you know these things? Like, how do you know these words? But, cause she's always around like people. Yeah. Like around adults. I think that helps, like talking to adults when you're young.
Information is power.
Yeah.
And I think, you don't want to restrict that, but you also you need to understand how it should be used. So everything, like I said, like every tool, every technology has two sides, like the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
And we're going through the negative side of things right now, right? Some good is happening, obviously.
Yeah.
But not everybody's conscious enough to be able to use it the right way.
I think that's very true, because a lot of people, whenever they see AI or spread information about AI, it's always in a very negative manner. Like it's never positive things. And then whenever I try to look up like information about AI too, like whether it's like on social media, especially TikTok, I'm getting heartburn, but but on TikTok, it's like there's just so much. Like every time I see a video on it, it's just like bad things they talk about. Like it's never anything.
Because it bleeds, it leads. The whole concept of like, if it bleeds, it leads means like if there's drama, people will like
Can take over.
It's more likely that people were gonna stay there and listen to it.
Yeah, that's the whole.
All the chismosos.
Yeah, that's why you always hear like people, like celebrities, they don't hardly get highlighted in a positive way. They're always gonna talk negative about them.
Yeah,
That's very
because
true.
people rather hear the downfall of somebody that has this making it. Like, if I put something good out about me, nobody's gonna.
I literally
read it.
heard about that. All right, one of my teachers told me, like, I think it was in middle school. She was like, "Why do you think like every news you guys hear is bad news? But like, why do you think that's the only news you hear about?" Okay, guys. So after hearing what we had to say, you guys let us know what you think about all of this. Leave a comment down below, and we'll get back to you. We want to see what you guys are thinking about all of this. And let's move on to our sports segment. Okay. So moving on to the next sports segment, or to this episode's sports segment, we're going to talk about a player in the NBA. But speaking about the NBA, I found it so weird how they only have, if you make it to the playoffs and you make it to the end of playoffs, you only have 4 months of off season from that, which I thought was crazy because it ends in June and the season starts back up in October. And I didn't know about that.
For real?
Yes. And I'm like, so they get 4 months off. Well, like, that's a long time because that's all they do in their whole lives. I'm like, 4 months? I'm like, that was pretty quick. I'm like, I wish the college season went like that or something. But no, that'd be
think about it. Like, that's basketball, right?
Yeah, basketball.
Basketball, NFL, MLB, they have like 3-4 months, right? But every other sport like is year round. Like soccer, they be playing every week.
For real,
all year long.
Every time I go to grandma's house, game on the TV.
Yeah, I think they have like a 2-week break, but in between, there's other games going, like exhibition and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, but the big story about today is Victor Wembanyama. I believe he's already officially cleared to play. Like, he's good because he had a blood clot on his
Mhm.
shoulder, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But his year three MVP buzz. What do y'all think about that, especially as like him being a young player that?
I'm rooting for Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy his demeanor and the way he is as a being.
Mhm.
Not that I know him, this aura.
His aura
Yeah. I know he spent a lot of time
and his
in Hong Kong and Japan and
yeah, that's true.
learning with the monks, like being with the monks. I think
Really?
that's yeah. I
Like
saw
what?
that's something that it doesn't come naturally to young people.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he had a lot of I hope that this thing that happened to him this past year only puts things into perspective for him, and it actually pushes him forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But like, you know, anything can happen. And I think what I wish for him is for him to just have a healthy season. That's it.
me too. Yeah,
The MVP thing and all
I
that.
always
like,
wish that just for anybody because
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
healthy season comes MVP number. Well, not MVP numbers, but
yeah.
comes a good gameplay.
Yeah.
But to put everything into perspective, like his rookie year, he averaged 21 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and 3 blocks per game, and he won Rookie of the Year. Year 2, he jumped up to 26 points per game, which is low-key, that's a big jump. I mean, 21 points per game is already a lot.
Especially with the Spurs.
With the Spurs, yeah.
The Spurs is a very team balanced type play.
Mm-hmm. And he's averaging 26.
You
in
never have
year
a player on the Spurs averaging more than 30. Like, never.
because there's ball movements, everyone's involved. That's true.
26 is as high as it's going to get.
That's a
Unless they
lot.
change. Unless he's like, instead of him shooting like 14 shots a game, he's shooting 22 shots a game.
Oh.
That's where the extra 5 points will come.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true. And then he was averaging 12 rebounds per game, which that went up 2
Damn.
from the previous year,
Yeah.
which in itself is a lot, 12 rebounds per game. And 4 blocks per game. So basically, he just improves his game overall from one year to another.
So this
And
was. Oh wait, he's
that-
going into his third year.
He's going to his third year.
Oh, okay. He's fresh.
So in his second year, he made the All NBA second team and All Defense first team. And for every time there's those like All NBA teams or like All Team, there's only like 5 players, right?
No.
Like
I don't-
all
Oh, like
offense,
all
first
defensive team? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's 5 players. 5 players, yeah.
Okay, so like only 5 out of the whole league.
That's probably one of the hardest things to do. That's probably even harder than winning the championship.
What to be like
To be
making
in the
that
top
list?
5 of the top players in the world, yes.
Yeah, that's
In the one
that's
any
very
specific
true.
year.
So going into his third year, which is this upcoming season, the projections have him averaging close to 30 points per game. So with what you just said, I was like, can he average 30 then? But I mean, I think like, you know, you dip your feet in the water. That was his first year. And then like second year, he made his improvements. And now third year, it's like, I don't know.
Like this is his year.
Well, I don't know because he's young though, so like you never know when it's his year, or like how many years they're gonna be his year.
Mm-hmm.
But low key, it could be like his year.
How old is he?
He's 21, I think.
Oh my goodness, he's a kid still.
He's a kid, exactly. It's like what the,
Nah, I think he'll hit his prime like in at least 2 more years.
like 23.
I'm not saying he can't be MVP this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's an anomaly. He's like, what's his height? 7'2"?
Yeah,
7'2" actually sounds so. That doesn't
No.
even sound real.
What's his height, Jordan?
7'2".
Like check his official height.
let me see.
He
Just-
is 7'3".
7'3".
And he moves like
He moves like a guard.
yes.
His
Yeah.
wingspan is
He
7'10".
shoot threes.
What the heck?
He can do everything.
There's a iconic shot, or I don't know if it's photoshopped or not. It looks photoshopped, but it's a shot of Steph Curry shooting over him, and you can see his like the way he covers the whole court.
Yeah.
Like looks like a giant next to him. It's beautiful. It's like it looks like a comic book.
And nobody wants to go like take a shot over him in the paint. Like I think there was also a video of Stephen Curry going in. He had the like it looked like he was open from like our perspective, but you know when you're in the game it's different. And it's just like Wemby in the paint, like ready to like block
Yeah.
shit. And then he just like peels out. He's like, no. Like He ain't gonna try. He's not gonna try it.
I ain't about to be a highlight reel
But
for
yeah,
somebody
like,
else.
I was thinking this actually interested me because in 2K, it's actually so hard. Like in the game 2K, it's so hard to stop Wemby, like with any player you have. And then like when me and Jeffrey play, Mr. Producer, he's not here today. Like, I guess like with the Spurs, it's not really like one of the best teams you can get in 2K. So he's like, okay, I'll get the Spurs, and you can pick a good team because he's more experienced in playing.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll get the Spurs, but he has a whole cheat code because he has.
Hey guys, it's Los Digitals here, and we're filming this video because just to let y'all know that our audio died and we were unable to keep filming, so yeah.
Yeah, so let us know any of your hot takes from today's episode. Wemby for MVP, year 3, the insane theory we talked about, and the ChatGPT topic we talked about. Let us know your takes on it. Let us know what you think, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends and family. And we'll see you next time.
We've actually never came out without our glasses before.